Heat race number 3. Lead changing hands. Zane Scott putting the slide job on Rusty Kruger. Kruger able to fight back. Currently holding on to the top spot. Zane Scott in second. Alexander Balducci in third. Fourth place belongs to Bo Brunig right now. See Brunig under fire from the 3 of Daniel Zegers, but contact! Caution flag gonna wave. The battle for the transfer spot ending with an incident that will collect both of these drivers. Let's back this up here. Zegers on the high side of the track gets a good run into 3. Tries to power under Brunig. But that car climbs up the racetrack into Brunig. Both of those guys out of this race. Back to live here. Let's check on our top 10. Kruger, Scott, Balducci, and Stewart. Your top 4. Williams right now ahead of Sargent. Both of those boys on the outside looking in. We'll get a green-white checkered finish here. Coming this lap. New for season 4 here in the DOB. Going green this time. Rusty Kruger. Got a good jump and lead on Zane Scott. White flag in the air. Alexander Balducci in third. Jeffrey Stewart under fire for the transfer spot. Caution flag. Now this is a good question. Are we going to end under caution, or will we have another green-white checkered? I have no idea. Yes, we're going to end under caution. Only one green-white checkered attempt. We will get ready for heat race number 4. Alright, now I got my chat back here. Been battling these gremlins. I do believe, well, oh man, problems for John Lowe here. Not going to make heat race number 4 here. He was scheduled to start on the pole. That's going to bring Chance Sikowski up to the front row with Justin Thomas, Alex Studinger, and James Stodinger, and James Tiernan, row number 2. Connor Lane, Troy Wagaman, row 3. Garrett Woolley and Robert Satterfield, row 4. Nathan Stein, Donovan Ross, row 5. And Matthew McKinney rounding out your field. As I was saying, we had some issues intermittently through last season, and we were convinced that it was internet issues, and now I'm back on Comcast internet, and we are having all kinds of issues here today. I can tell you it's not the internet. I'm hoping, I don't know, this might be the last time you see us here. Chance Sikowski takes the early lead here. Justin Thomas filing into second. He's got James Tiernan all over his back bumper. Tiernan to the high side. You see Stodinger on the inside gets into the back of the 9 car. Where Stodinger really got the bottom to work there through 3 and 4. He elects to go through the middle in 1 and 2. That's going to allow Connor Lane around on the outside. Stodinger a little crossed up there. Wagaman around as well. Now Tiernan making a move. Thomas has gone to the lead. James Tiernan on the high side of the track. Power move by Chance Sikowski, who takes the lead back. Tiernan through the slick, gets way loose. He's going to lose some spots. He was trying to make that slider work, and he knew that he was going to have some contact with one of those other cars. So that thing, he allowed that thing to get loose through the slick to give those boys room. But that cost him a transfer spot, so now he is doing battle here with Troy Wagaman. Wagaman now sees Tiernan protect the inside. He's going to try to hook the bottom as Tiernan slides up to the top. Sikowski has been able to pull ahead. Tiernan once again getting around Wagaman here as they trade positions back and forth. Connor Lane has moved into the second spot. A car upside down on the outside, and no! Wagaman makes contact with that car. Let's back this up. It's not Matthew McKinney. I think it's Nathan Stein. So Stein comes out of turn 2, gets crossed up on the cushion. He is on his side, comes to a halt. He was trying to get that car flipped back over, but was directly in the path of our race leaders. And poor Troy Wagaman with nowhere to go. Let's see what he saw coming off of turn 2 here. Puts the slider in on Tiernan. I do believe Mr. Wagaman thought that he would be ghosted at that point, but that was not the case. So as you can see, out of this race goes Troy Wagaman. Gonna have another green-white checkered finish here to this heat race. Looks like the stream has stabilized at least. Hopefully that can continue. We're going to go back to green here with a green-white checkered. Chance Sikowski has the race lead. Top 4 are advancing. Connor Lane in second. Third place, Justin Thomas. James Tiernan to the bottom of the track, trying to get around Thomas, but he might open the door for Satterfield on the outside. Robert Satterfield in 5th, trying to make a move here. White flag is out. Connor Lane dropping back now, and he's in danger. Here comes Satterfield up the inside of Lane. Who can hold that position? Into the outside wall goes Lane, and he's out. 5th place for Connor Lane. Chance Sikowski takes the victory. Justin Thomas, James Tiernan, and Robert Satterfield will transfer out of heat race number 4. Heat 5 now up. Yeah, I do believe this is a hardware issue. Whereas we were convinced it was an internet issue, I think we've got a hardware issue, and we're going to have to figure out exactly where we go from here, because I am not happy with all of these damn video issues. Not going to work for me. Charles Hayes going to start on the pole here in heat race number 5. Chris Roberts to his outside. Billy Rowley and Shea Pallow make up row number 2. Fancy new digs there for Rowley. And the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD Machine. Larry Moody and Keith Jackson, row number 3. Tyson Landis and Nathan Kropaszewski, row 4. Brian Knapp and Michael Brummett, row 5. And Jonathan Smith and Kevin Clegg round out your field. This is the final heat race of race number 1 action. Top 4 will advance. Here we go. Billy Rowley with a great start up the inside. He's going to try to hold the bottom. He's able to get around Chris Roberts. Charles Hayes holding on to the top spot right now. Here, charging to the outside is Shea Pallow and the 13 of Keith Jackson. Rowley going to squeeze Pallow a little bit, who has to give way. Now the 79 has that top of the track, and he's going to utilize it, trying to take the race lead. He's got a big run down the front stretch. Looking to the inside at Charles Hayes. Here he comes. Billy Rowley with the slide job intact. Hayes back to the bottom. See the top side getting rough already. Let's get in the cockpit here with Billy Rowley. See what he sees. Slide job in. Watch down the backstretch as this car hops. Look at that. Hayes trying to fight back, but this time Rowley has the position to the outside. We are 3 wide for the race lead. Pallow, Hayes, and Rowley into turn number 1. Out of turn 2. Big changes, as it is Keith Jackson on the high side who's going to get around Hayes, Roberts, and trying to work his way around Pallow. But Pallow has the bottom rolling pretty good right now. You see Jackson there holding firm on the outside. Race for the lead, heating up. Shea Pallow on the bottom side of the racetrack is making that line work, and he has edged ahead of Billy Rowley. Rowley on the outside of the track using all of that accelerator, but he can only pull level with Pallow down the front stretch. 2 laps left in this race. Billy Rowley, team boss for Elbows Up Sim Sport, but Shea Pallow showing no favors here as he tries to hook the bottom. This time Rowley's going to pull ahead. Billy Rowley on the outside in the race lead, looking to take victory here at heat race number 5. He's got 2 corners to do it. Rowley in the 79 Team SETI machine is going to win heat race number 5. Shea Pallow in second, Chris Roberts third, and Keith Jackson will come home in 4th in the final transfer position. So we're getting fired up for tonight's D main. A lot of fast cars here. All the guys that had problems in the heat races. Should be 4 advancing. Looks like that is the case. Charles Hayes going to start on the pole here after starting on the pole in heat race number 5 and having some issues. He's got Tyler Schell to his outside. That's a fast race car that had problems in his heat race. Terry Gleason and Daniel Zegers make up row number 2. Nathan Stein, Michael Brummett, Dylan Workman, John Laredo, Brandon Igo and Michael Klinkelfuss, Nathan Kropaszewski and Bo Brunig, Weston Newell, and Brian Knapp rounding out your field. Matthew McKinney and John Lowe not making the call here for the D main. Charles Hayes gives him green. Schell to the inside. Big contact at the rear of the field. Michael Brummett involved. Nathan Stein as well. Let's back this up and see what happens. See Stein just pushes right up the racetrack. Brummett has nowhere to go. Looks like Stein has pulled to the pits. Brummett still out on track. You can see the nose damage there. You never know if the sprint car can withstand that shot. It can be very brittle or somewhat sturdy. John Laredo was able to make 3 spots. Michael Klinkelfuss up 4. No change in those 4 transfer positions right now. Daniel Zegers, DOB rookie, holding on to that 4th and final transfer at the moment. So we will be back to green, working lap 5. Charles Hayes going to lead them down. Hayes out front, Schell all over his back bumper, and Hayes into the tires. Charles Hayes backed it up here. This is the replay. He's going to go down into turn 3, make contact with an infield tire. Absolutely no remorse. Ladies and gentlemen, much like Father Time and Mother Nature, the infield tires do no jobs. They put nobody over. And you just seen right there as that infield tire claimed another soul to the inside of turn 3. Rough start to the evening for Charles Hayes, but he's got race 2 to change his luck. Shell, Zegers, Gleason, and Laredo. Dylan Workman, Brandon Igo going to be the guys trying to make their way into this show. Going to be back to green, working lap 9. This is technically not a green-white checkered, but it is a green-white checkered. So should we have another yellow? Okay, well, we're not going green this time. So we are in green-white checkered territory. I think that because we have green-white checkers turned on, it just made that go an extra lap. Kind of strange. Kind of strange. But the lights are out on the pace truck. We're going to go green this time by. Tyler Schell, your race leader, is going to lead him down here. He's got DOB rookie Daniel Zegers in second. Here we go. Laredo to the inside, trying to work his way in. He's got third spot right now. We're watching Terry Gleason to the outside of the track. Dylan Workman gets by. Workman has the final transfer right now. White flag is out. Tyler Schell looking to win this race. Contact between Klinkelfuss. Brunig is in it in the backstretch. But here comes Dylan Workman. He's going to take the fourth and final transfer and move on, as Tyler Schell, Daniel Zegers, and John Laredo will transfer with him. Man, those infield tires. Goodness gracious. Doing nobody any favors. I don't know if we got anybody chatting it up out there in Twitch land or Facebook land. I'm not seeing anything. I think I'm having an issue with my chat here tonight. Having all kinds of issues, which I do apologize for. "12 laps here in the C main. Top 4 will advance. Anthony Marvulio not loaded in, so he will give away his 4th place starting spot, which JB Craighead will now move into. Jack Clevenger and Donovan Ross on the front row. Kevin Click and JB Craighead, row 2. Randy Rockwell and Jonathan Smith. Garrett Worley and Nicholas Cheever. Robert Moore and Troy Wagaman. Todd LeBou and Daniel Zegers. Tyler Schell and Dylan Workman and John Laredo will round out your field. So nearly everybody in the outside row going to move up, thanks to Marvulio not making the call here. 12 laps for these guys to get in the top 4. Gonna see who can do it. Green flag is out. Jack Clevenger got a good jump. He's going to bring Kevin Click with him, who is around Donovan Ross. Ross sliding in, following that 25 Team SETI machine. 4th place, JB Craighead on the outside, racing with Randy Rockwell. Is that Tyler Shell making his way forward? He's up to 6th already. Tyler Shell from the back of this field. Ooh, one car into the fence. No caution as of yet. Shell around Rockwell for 5th. He needs one more spot to find his way in the B main. Tyler Shell absolutely charging at the moment. Another car in the outside wall. That's a white car. I cannot make out who that is. But you can see the transfer spot now changes hands. Tyler Shell to 4th. JB Craighead unable to mount another charge, but Shell's not done. He's going for 3rd. Donovan Ross going to fight back. He wants that insurance, but Shell with the over-under will take control of that position down the front stretch. So now Ross has to worry about Craighead. Out front, Kevin Click has control of this race. Jack Clevenger now sitting in 2nd. Clevenger going to be under fire from Shell very soon. We're watching JB Craighead. He's the only guy with the shot at that final transfer right now. Daniel Ziegler's making his way forward as well. Ziegler's come from the D main. He's doing battle with Randy Rockwell, working the bottom side of the racetrack at the moment. Get back up here to the transfer battle. Craighead trying to catch up to the rear of Donovan Ross. He's made some adjustments to that wing. You can see that car tightening up, but not to his liking at the moment. Kevin Click looking at the white flag. He now has Tyler Shell trying to chase him down, but the time is going to run out. Kevin Click, 2 more quarters, going to take victory here in the C main. 2nd place is going to go to Shell. 3rd place to Jack Clevenger, and 4th place to Donovan Ross. So now we get ready for tonight's B main. Roll here for our 14-lap B main. Stephen Hill in the 27, going to start on the pole with the 39 of Jordan Hack to his outside. Matthew Williams and Connor Lane, row number 2. Tyson Landis, John Brackman, row 3. Ross Corrienta. And Kyle Sargent make up row number 4. Alex Stodinger and Larry Moody, row 5. Sean Bowers, Tim Burner, row 6. Kevin Click, winner of the C main, did not make the start here. Not sure what happened there. Tyler Shell, Jack Clevenger, and Donovan Ross going to round out your field. No Kevin Click. That's unfortunate. Not sure if he got booted or what. That's strange. Stephen Hill going to give him green here. Brought him down real slow. That caught Jordan Hack out. Williams able to get around him. Here comes Landis. Connor Lane looking to pounce as well. Lane has made his way into the fourth and final transfer. Keep an eye on those guys charging from the rear. Tyler Schell already making some moves. He is up to 8, but he has to climb to 4th, and the caution flag gonna wave. Problems for Kyle Sargent. Let's see what happens here. I see contact. Schell is going to put the... Oh, see the problems in front of him. Stodinger and John Bragman make contact, and that causes an issue for Kyle Sargent, who's going to get the worst of it all. Bragman still on track. Sargent as well. Another one of those incidents there coming out of the corner where those cars just seem to magnetize. Look at that, Tyler Schell up 7 spots to 7th. He is a man on a mission. Came from the D main where he won, finished 2nd in the C main, now trying to climb his way into the A and complete the alphabet soup. Hill giving him green here, working lap 6. Williams in 2nd, Hack under fire from Landis and Lane, but here comes Tyler Schell. Schell to the outside, he's got 6th spot now, coming for 5th. One more spot and Tyler Schell's gonna earn that transfer position. You can see Connor Lane on the outside. Schell ducks to the inside as the caution flag waves. Problems for Larry Moody. He's not going to be the only one involved. Moody. Ah, the 10 car. Ross Corrienta. Going to get all out of sorts here. You can see it's Landis who comes down the track and makes contact with Corrienta, which turns him in front of Larry Moody. Moody gets the worst of it. Going to lose a lap. He lost his front wing. And parks it into the pits. So, Matthew Williams is the man at the top right now. Stephen Hill, Connor Lane, and Jordan Hack, your top 4. Tyler Schell right there. Ready to take away one of those transfer positions. The time is winding down. J.B. Craighead saying he ran out of fuel. So Matthew Williams going to give him green. Just a handful of laps left here. We are watching the 85 of Tyler Schell. Wow, Jordan Hack had a terrible start, and he's going to make contact with Tyson Landis down the front. Schell right around Hack. He's going to take over that transfer spot, but then find his way into the fence. He hit the back of Connor Lane, and now Hack has a shot at him. Slide job in. Schell's going to do the over-under. Takes the 4th spot back. Stephen Hill under fire by Connor Lane. Caution flag gonna wave. Another problem for Kyle Sargent. You can see him down at the bottom of the track. I believe that is Donovan Ross, who slipped up in front of him, which turned Sargent around. Sargent crashed himself to stay out of Ross there. So I do believe we will have a green-white checkered here to finish this. Story right now is Tyler Schell from the D main has made his way into the final transfer position here in 4th. But he's going to have one restart left to figure out just how he's going to make this show. Lights are out on the pace truck. Going green this time by green-white checkered to determine who makes tonight's A main. Wow, big stack up there. Problems for Jordan Hack. He's into the fence with another car. Connor Lane. Ooh, contact between Schell and Hill. Caution flag waves. Let's see how this shakes out. I would do a replay, but I want to see who actually makes the transfer spots here because this race is going to end. We're not going to have a second green-white checkered. Okay, so there you have it. That's your lineup right there. Williams is going to take victory. Connor Lane in second. Tyson Landis was shown in third. That's not going to happen. So it is Williams, Stephen Hill, Connor Lane, and 4th place will go to Tyler Schell. Those are the 4 drivers who will move on to the A main. And we are in our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. That DOBRL code also works on wickedreliefcbd.com for your daily dose of CBD as well. So, 42 seconds left in warm-up. Kenneth Dake in the pits right now is top of the timesheets with a 14:102. Matthew Williams currently shown in third. It is Kendall Tucker who has the second fastest time. No changes at the top of the timesheets at the moment. Alex Smolders in fourth. See him doing battle with Tucker there. We are going to get ready for our A main. A-main number 1 here in our doubleheader tonight. 35 laps the distance. Waiting on Kenneth Dake at the moment. He's got 10 seconds to get loaded in. There he is. All right, so we've got everybody, and we will start to roll here for tonight's feature on the pole. In the 00, the Swindale Speed Lab machine of Kendall Tucker, and to his outside, Team SETI's Mike Keegan in the 10. Rusty Kruger and Chance Sikowski make up row number 2. Billy Rowley, Kenneth Dake Jr., row 3. Cole Cabre and Zane Scott, row 4. Justin Thomas, Shea Paolo, row 5. Mason Hannigan and Colton Hardy. Alexander Balducci, James Tiernan. Chris Roberts, Dakota Kuhn. Alex Smolders and Jeffrey Stewart. Robert Satterfield and Keith Jackson. Matthew Williams, Stephen Hill. Connor Lane and Tyler Shell. Easy for me to say. Round out your field. Looks like Smolders is going to take an end-of-line penalty because of his current internet issues. You can see him blinking out. So he's going to tag the tail end here. So here we go for 35 laps. Kendall Tucker and Mike Keegan, your front row. Green flag gonna fly on the 360 season. Rusty Kruger trying to follow Kendall Tucker through, but Mike Keegan on the high side of the track holding firm at the moment. Saw some issues there in the middle of the field. Looks like everybody got it sorted out, however. Here comes Keegan to the inside of Kruger. Kruger. Now Keegan going to get slid by the 048 of Sikowski. I was going to say that Kruger had Sikowski on him, but now Keegan has to battle them both off. Kenneth Dake, who was fastest in the warm-up, right there with these guys. Boy, Keegan holding firm on the outside, not willing to give way. See those bumps. Really giving those guys fits, though. That time down into turn 3, he had a problem, and we've got a bigger problem. As the caution flag flies, problems for James Tiernan, and it looks like Chris Roberts. Tiernan was a sandwich down the backstretch in between Zane Scott and Colton Hardy. Looks like Roberts got mixed up in that as well. Let's watch it from Roberts' perspective. You see him on the bottom of the track. Just not enough room for 4 cars. And Chris Roberts, not normally a driver that finds him out of these races, has done just that. Both of those cars in the infield and done for the evening. Kendall Tucker, your leader. Kruger, Keegan, Dake. Thomas is up 3 spots. Tyler Shell, from last place, is up to 14th. So 10 spots already for Shell. Going back green here. White flag moves to lap 38. Remember, caution flag laps do not count in DOB competition. It's a 35-lap race, and that caution has knocked us back 3 laps. Ooh, problems there as Dake gets into the fence. He's able to continue. It's a little worried that he was going to hit that pit entrance. Rolling the top really well. Caution flag gonna wave though. Problems for Shea Paolo. Another elbows up Sim Sport driver finding some issues. Let's see what happens here. More contact with Zane Scott. Ooh, he gets a little contact with Tyler Schell too. Paolo is the one that gets the problems from that contact. Here's the thing. Nobody would know this, but the people who were in it. But I can tell you that James Tiernan, Shea Paolo, and Zane Scott are in the same Discord tonight, and Zane Scott has made contact with both of those guys. So, and I don't think it was Zane's fault he didn't initiate, but I'm sure that Discord is pretty tense at the moment. So once more, Kendall Tucker. Gonna give him green next time by. Lap 41 comes our white flag lap. Worried about these cautions. Maybe a week off has just changed my my viewpoint here, but I feel like some of these cautions are going longer than normal, which would knock my lap counter off. Hopefully we don't have that sort of an issue. Kendall Tucker going to give him green here. Rusty Kruger's going to try to stay close. Good start for Kruger. Watching Sikowski, who's trying to hold off Dake and Thomas at the moment. That's a lot of talent to try and hold back. It's that Zane Scott, who was into the outside wall there in turn 3. See Tyler Schell working his way forward. Right now, Scott to the inside of Balducci. Colton Hardy is in that battle with these boys. Mason Hannigan just in front of him. Tyler Schell continues his charge. He came all the way from the D main. Man, he's not waiting either. Look at him. Up the inside. He's going to get around Zane Scott. Trying to take Balducci and Hannigan on as well. Schell started in 24th. He's up to 10th right now. Going to clear Hannigan and Balducci. So give 9th place to Tyler Schell. Back out front, it's still Kendall Tucker. Rusty Kruger has now moved his way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Justin Thomas on a charge of his own. He's bringing Cole Cabre with him. Those boys trying to catch Rusty Kruger. All 4 of those drivers affiliated with the Swindell Speed Lab team. Keegan and Rowley, the first 2 not affiliated. Those are Team SETI cars. Trying to break up this Swindell party. Rowley working the middle of the racetrack. You see Keegan on the high side. Those boys were 3 wide with Cabre. Now Rowley going to charge to the inside of Thomas and contact. Thomas into the outside wall. Not going to be happy with that. Not something we see from Billy Rowley very often, but maybe a little rash. Keegan still trying to work that high side. Looks to be losing some time here. Cabray and Rowley fighting it out. And Kendall Tucker. See those boys 3 wide with Rusty Kruger, who looks to be losing some time here. You saw those bumps really causing problems, and Rowley has worked his way into second. You know, I gotta say, Thomas was charging a few of these guys. You know, Kruger was running second, really strong there for a moment. But this track seems to be going away. But it looks like the 79 of Rowley is getting faster as the track goes away. Keep an eye on these times here. Rowley was faster than Tucker on that last lap, and he is this time as well, by a full 10th. Billy Rowley is catching Kendall Tucker every single lap. Let's ride along with Rowley. Maybe. There we go. Listen to that throttle. You could see him closing in. But the caution flag gonna wave. Boy, this changes things. Trying to see what happens here. Let's back this up. I have no flipping clue why that yellow flag come out. Okay, so there's the 255 of Satterfield. That's something. Oh, Thomas! Thomas and Shell made contact there. Let's back this up. So Shell was fighting out front with Sikowski. And then Cabray and Thomas getting in the mix. All kinds of stuff going on there. Let's get back to live because I think we're going to miss the start of this bad boy. We're about to go back to green. White flag goes to lap 44. We saw all those problems, and now Billy Rowley has closed the gap on Kendall Tucker. Boy, Tucker got a great start, though, and he needed it. Rowley has been faster. And closing that gap every lap. But that rough start, wow, Kruger with the slide job. Rowley's going to make contact. Caution flag going to wave. Let's check this out here. See Kruger putting the slide job on. Riding along with Billy here. He's going to get down into turn 3. I don't think he felt like Kruger was going to slide up the track there, but slide up the track he did. And the contact came out, bringing out another caution, which moves our white flag lap back to lap 47. Shell is up 16 spots. He was higher than that. before that contact with Sikowski, which caught Cabré and Thomas in the mix. I have to imagine Thomas is an unhappy boy. After that contact with Rowley sent him back in the field, he was able to climb his way back forward and then had contact again. Currently sitting in 13th is Justin Thomas. There he is. Going to get back to green flag racing here this time by. Kendall Tucker hoping that he can duplicate that start that he had last time. Got a big jump on Rowley. Rowley now has another shot at him. This time it's Mike Keegan in second. Teammate to Rowley rather than a teammate to Tucker. We'll see if that changes things. Tucker got another great start. See Kendall Tucker hitting that high lane. He was working the bottom and Rowley was catching him. So switching it up a little bit is Kendall Tucker. Trying to find that middle that Rowley's been working so well. But we're going to see. It looks like Tucker did not like what he found. He's changing it up. He was faster than Rowley on that last lap. But you can see the pressure is there. Rowley working the middle of the racetrack. You can see the dust that Tucker kicked up on the high side. Very, very even at the front of the field that time. See Tyler Schell working to the inside of Cole Cabré. That is a 5th place battle right now. Alexander Balducci trying to insert himself into that battle. Shout out to Tyler Schell, who was in the D main, won the D main, made his way all the way to the A main, and now running 5th in the A. As we wind down the laps here, Kendall Tucker now turning in laps faster than the 79. 2 laps left in this race, and Kendall Tucker will be looking at a great start to the season. A win here in race number 1. White flag is out. Kendall Tucker in the Swindell Speed Lab machine has led this entire event. 2 more corners, and he's going to take victory here in Charlotte. The DOB Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators 360 Sprint Car Series, race number 1, won by Kendall Tucker. Second place will go to Billy Rowley, and Mike Keegan will finish in 3rd. Perfect way to start the season, leading every lap in tonight's feature. Kendall Tucker, your winner. They park it on the front stretch. That's your top 3 here tonight in race number 1. We're going to get them in the Discord and get some interviews going before we head off into race number 2. Looks like we got everybody in the broadcast booth. We do have our race winner, my favorite, number 1 in my heart, Kendall Tucker, taking victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte in race number 1. Kendall, you were able to get on the pole here tonight for the feature. Led every single lap on your way to victory. It looked like Rowley made it interesting there late, but it's got to feel good to take the win in the first race of the season in such a dominant fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I really couldn't have pictured a better way to really start off this new season here with DOB. I just come here second week time and was able to get up through there in the heat race, make some moves when we had to. Luckily, the track was racy enough to make some moves, and getting up front was pretty key. I'm not really used to that up here, so in the DOB stuff, usually having to come from midways back, but just was really gonna have to just keep chasing the track. And Billy, he looked like he was catching me right there once the top started going away in a little bit. So I just kind of just started searching around a little bit. I just kept finding, just trying to keep hitting the same lap time, just trying to keep that interval, as the gap, just as close as I could together, lap after lap, and just hit my marks and just keep being smooth.
And you were able to do that as well. A couple of good restarts there. You were able to get a gap and you were able to hold it. Talk about that track itself, because it seemed like you were working the bottom, middle, top, just wherever you could go. But it changed throughout the race for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you had to make sure the car was just as wide as the track was. I mean, I think I think just about every lane of the track was used that race right there. So just can't thank James Eads enough for getting a fast set underneath of me, just to be mobile enough and just to have that balance. Just the balance that I like. It's been really cool working with them guys, and just glad to see the speed paying off a little bit.
Swindell Speed Labs making a statement in race number one. They ran so good in season three and now season four, currently top of the sheets. Kendall Tucker, congratulations on the win in race number one and good luck going forward, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Just gotta thank all the guys at Speed Lab again, and Jeff Brown with iRacing That Flag, and thanks to you and Chris for putting this deal on. Looking forward to another fun season with you guys.
There you have it, your winner, Kendall Tucker. Let's talk to second place tonight here. Team SETI driver of the number 79, Billy Rowley. Billy, you come from, let's see, what is that, fifth in this race? Seemed like you had to really work hard to charge through the field, but also had a little bit of contact there a couple of times. Talk about your race.
Well, first and foremost, sorry to Justin. I tried keeping it on the bottom, and I honestly didn't expect him to still be there. Truthfully, I didn't mean to get into him at all. The deal at the end with Rusty, he just kind of half slid and parked it in front of me, and I really just didn't have anywhere to go. Um, Neither intentional, and I hate doing it that way, but I mean, I feel bad about it, but it is what it is, and you move on. Just glad to get a second. Fell back at the start pretty quick, just because I knew the setup that I put on it was built for slick, not for what we started with. So I just pretty much knew if I could hold my own in the top 10, the car would start coming in. And that second to last yellow, I didn't really need it because I was gaining on Tucker, or think like a tenth or two a lap. But after that, the last couple of restarts, he was just too quick. So hats off to those guys. They had a really good run. A lot of fast cars tonight.
I was going to say, you were talking about that car being set up for the slick. It seemed like your car came alive there in the middle of the race where everybody else was fading. I know you picked up your first league victory last night in DSRL competition, so you got to feel good about where your program is at to be able to get those things working in the slick and really starting to charge forward when other guys are fading.
Yeah, I'm like a fatter and slower Donnie Schatz at this point. No, the way that the builds, I said it last night, the way that the builds are working, that with what iRacing is doing, it fits me more. Going up and banging the boards down is fun, but it's not my cup of tea all the time. I'm not, honestly, I'm just not good enough to do it. So when they can start rolling through the middle, and I found something at least on the 360s that's worked. I'm still tweaking on the 410s, but I found something on the 360s that seems to work for me um, pretty well, and just kind of rolling with it. I've bounced some ideas off my teammates quite a few times of, does this make sense of what I'm doing? And sometimes it's no, but it seemed to be working so far, so we'll take it.
Second place here for Billy Rowley in race number one. Congratulations and good luck in race two.
Thank you, sir, and thanks to Team SETI again. A lot of help that they give me over the last few months, and it's been a fun deal. And tonight with the new car, Wicked Relief Gum with CBD, something new we're doing for this season. So thanks to Matthew and those guys, especially for helping put this on. Motorsports Beat, Aaron's been behind me since the start. This whole deal, Zydax computers. I actually ran the night in like 140 frames for the first time, so That was kind of cool. But over the wall photos, wicked cushion. Everybody that supports me and the Team SETI team, we appreciate it.
So let's talk to third place, Mike Keegan. Here's a guy that we haven't talked to. Didn't see him very much in Season 3, if at all, but here in Season 4, he's going to come out with a top 3 finish in race number 1. Mike, talk about your race and how you had to battle to earn that podium.
Yeah, that was fun. This is my first. I think I only ran one DOB race last season, so I haven't raced in a long time. And I'll tell you what, it has changed because I remember you had to put it on the wall nearly every race if you wanted to win, and I literally tried every line. So that was fun battling with them guys. I need to get on a little more to learn where the fast line is again. So yeah, it was good. Third place, I'll take it.
Now, these builds obviously changing things around. Of course, real racing keeps you busy. Talk about juggling real racing and sim racing as well, because you still want to hop on here and do pretty good.
Yeah, real racing's taken up all of last season since that's our race season here. So I didn't really get to run any iRacing because I was just so busy working on my own stuff. Since the season's slowing down, you're going to see me quite a bit. I hope, hopefully on the podium too, but you're going to see me a lot in these races. So we'll see.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing more of you, and we wish you good luck going forward. Congratulations on a podium finish here in race number 1.
Thank you. I just want to thank all my Team SETI teammates, you for broadcasting, Chris for putting it on, and
Well, there you have it, Mike Keegan. Top 3 finish here in race number 1, and we are getting ready for race number 2 here. See if the lobby is up. I'm sure it is. And I'm a liar. It is not. So we are still awaiting the firing up of race number 2. But don't go anywhere. Race number 2 coming at you. And, of course, like we said, race number 2 and race number 1 count towards the same championship. So we are continuing that battle for the championship here as we move on to race number 2. Last season, of course, we had 2 champions, race 1 and race 2 champion. You know, the idea was to try and separate the 2 championships. The one is kind of like a East Coast championship and the other is a West Coast championship. You know, with the differences in times, it works better for other people. But it seems like the participation is predominantly East Coast. So the differences in the championships was not that great. And the confusion that was brought about because of the 2 separate championships just didn't seem to make sense. So now everything evened out here as we score points towards the same championship in both races. So we are awaiting the lobby for race number 2. There will be a 10-minute practice session before we get going with the heat races. Saw a full 60-car field in race number 1. So we'll see what we draw here in race 2. I would not doubt to see another full lobby. A rare break for the announcer here. Always welcome. Don't believe I will restart the Facebook stream here. Well, we might actually. So as we wait for the Race 2 lobby, we will shut down the Facebook stream on the Dirty Old Bastards page. And you will see a new video coming up momentarily as we prepare for race number 2. So please come back here in just one moment. We are back online here. And looks like the lobby is up. Race number 2 coming at you here momentarily. Got a 35 lap feature on tap. How's it going, Bombers baseball? Not a bad idea heading to bed, that's for sure. Would do that myself if I could. But we've got more action to call here. So that is where we will be spending probably the next hour and a half as we conclude night 1 of the Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators 360 Sprint Car Series. We are live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. Loading into the Race 2 lobby now. It will be mere moments, and we will be ready to rock here for race number 2. Let Trading Paints catch up with us here as we take a look at the cars we have signing in. See James Edens. It's a name we didn't see in race number 1. Four-time Chili Bowl champ Kevin Swindell signed in for race number 2. Michael Sheridan, William Duvall. A couple of new names showing up as well. New season, why not new names? following Mike Keegan turning some practice laps right now. There is currently 3 minutes left in practice. Kendall Tucker has the fastest practice time at the moment. Chris Roberts is second. Third place belongs to Kyle Sosnowski, who we are following right now. Billy Rowley, who finished second in race number 1, currently 4th in practice. Rusty Kruger had a rough race number 1 after battling up front. Looking to do a little better here in race 2. One minute left in hot laps here. Hot laps now complete. We are moving into qualification. Whoa, hold on a second. No qualifications. Random draw. Oh my. Curveball thrown, and I heard that this was a possibility. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a random pill draw to determine our heat race lineups. There will be 5 heat races in total. We are loading into heat race number 1 now. So we are rolling. Heat race number 1 on track. Top 4 will advance after 10 laps. On the pole, it is the DOB rookie Daniel Ziegers, and to his outside, William Duvall. Devin Butts and Kevin Hanley make up row number 2, with David Heileman and Anthony Lepresto row 3. Rounding out your field will be the 75 of Dylan Workman and the 5 of Rusty Kruger, as it seems like Ryan Pace and Kevin Swindell unable to make the call here in heat race number 1. So, this is the interesting part. We are used to qualifying in the DOB, which means the fastest cars are positioned at the front. Yes, we invert 4 normally, but those cars are still extremely fast and normally pretty close together. With this random draw, we have no idea who is fast and who isn't. We have all kinds of different levels of experience and everything mixed in, and these races will be wild. Daniel Ziegers gonna give them green. Ziegers got a great start. He's gonna jump out to the race lead. Following him is the 770 of Devin Butts, who makes contact there with the 132. Duvall able to save it. Looked like a little bit of net code there. It is Kevin Hanley who is currently in second. Third place, David Heileman makes contact with the 770. And we should have our first caution, but we don't have one yet. Devin Butts and William Duvall were the 2 drivers that were taken out in that crash. No caution. So Kevin Hanley currently chasing down Daniel Ziegers. Ziegers, a DOB rookie, very new to sprint cars in general, in position right now to transfer to a DOB feature, which is no easy matter. This is professional level competition. Ziegers does have a working relationship with the Elbows Up SimSport team. That's a team that's been running pretty good here recently, but still, somebody with such little sprint car experience leading a DOB heat race is no laughing matter at all. Kevin Hanley trying to chase him down, and one of the best sprint car drivers on the simulation, David Heileman, currently running in third. Hanley now with the run on Ziegers. He's going to take to the inside. Side by side down the front stretch. Hanley with the slide job in. Ziegers with the over-under. Holding firm right now. Hanley. Wow, Heileman with the slide job in. Those 3, nearly 3 wide into turn 1. Heileman trying to take the lead off of Kevin Hanley. Hanley with the over-under. Ziegers settles into third spot, letting these boys do their business. Slide jobs are coming in hard right now. White flag is out. Kevin Hanley currently out front. David Heileman looking to make a run here to the inside of turn 3. Who's going to take heat race number 1? Kevin Hanley off of turn number 4 will win. Heileman second. Third goes to Ziegers, and Dylan Workman will take the 4th and final transfer into tonight's A main. So Kevin Hanley going to start tonight's feature from the pole. We're back to having computer issues here in race number 2. We're used to that, loading into these lobbies and things like that. We thought that was an internet issue. It's actually a computer performance issue, which brings a whole lot of questions going forward. So we do apologize. That situation will be rectified one way or another. I would hate to go in through a full season expecting issues like this. No, that's on us, Zardul. We saw that in race number 1, and it stabilized. It's a performance issue, and it you know, when we took this deal on in season 1, we weren't sure what we were going to be able to do. We had some performance issues last season, and I felt like that was an internet thing. It turns out it's not an internet thing, because I have now moved into Comcast region. I've got great internet. My test looks great. It's a performance issue, which just might take me out of the game. So it's unfortunate, but I'm going to make sure that you guys get a quality stream that you can watch this great racing action, even if it's without me. So Mike Keegan on the pole with Justin Thomas, Jeff Flaro, Kendall Tucker, Jonathan Smith, Kyle Sosnowski, John Lowe, Trey Long, Matthew Williams, Alexander Balducci. Heat race number 2. Keegan going to give him green here. This heat race is loaded with speed. Keegan, Thomas, and Tucker were all battling in the top positions in race number 1. Tucker, of course, taking the victory. Keegan finishing 3rd. Justin Thomas was in the mix there before contact with Billy Rowley took him out of contention. So he's going to be looking to do a little better here in race number 2. Wow! Keegan sliding to the inside. Near contact with Justin Thomas. That allowed Kendall Tucker to drive around the outside, and we have a new race leader. Kyle Sosnowski charging as well. Sosnowski, well known for being very quick in the early portion of the night. A little bit of contact there at the rear of the field. Not sure who that was, actually. Jonathan Smith is who it was, making some contact with the outside retaining wall out of turn 4. Kendall Tucker, your race leader. Justin Thomas, Mike Keegan, and Kyle Sosnowski. Current 4 drivers in the transfer spots. Trey Long is the man on the outside looking in, but he is charging, trying to find a way into that battle with Sosnowski. Ooh, problems on the front stretch. Caution flag gonna wave. Jeff Flaro with issues. Let's back this up and see what happens. See him battling there with John Lowe. Lowe's gonna cut down. Those two make contact. Jonathan Smith, an innocent bystander in that crash. That's going to bring out our first caution here in the race number 2 competition. Should have another green-white checkered coming at you. Kendall Tucker, your race leader. Justin Thomas, 2nd. Mike Keegan, 3rd. Kyle Sosnowski, 4th. Trey Long with a good shot at Sosnowski here. Alexander Balducci up 4 positions there as well. Balducci very quick. He was fast all throughout race number 1. Green-white checkered coming this time. Kendall Tucker won race number 1. Now he is looking to take a win in heat race number 2 to earn a 2nd place starting position in tonight's feature. Good start for Tucker. White flag gonna fly this time. We're watching Sosnowski and Long, who are side by side there momentarily. Sosnowski on the high side, Long sliding up to the cushion. He's only got one more chance at him. Here comes the dive. Slide job coming in. It's going to leave him room. Sosnowski's going to take 4th. Kendall Tucker, Justin Thomas, Mike Keegan, and Kyle Sosnowski, your transfers. Zardul says he's at a hotel racing again. I saw pictures of his setup last time. Seems like the internet is a little better at that hotel, Zardul. Jarrett, you need to search Dirty Old Bastards on the iRacing League page. Chris Roberts is the admin of the Dirty Old Bastards League. You can request to join. They race every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. You do have to be 18 years of age to participate in the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. But it is the top level, professional grade sprint car competition on the simulation. It doesn't get any tougher. James Tiernan and Ross Corrienta, row number 1. Jeffrey Stewart and Zane Scott, row 2. Ryan Scheidt, Shea Paulo, row 3. Bo Brunig and James Edens with his special Rick and Morty paint scheme that he won the Season 2 championship in. Sorry, Season 3 championship in. Michael Brummett and Nicholas Cheever rounding out your field. We're going green this time by for 10 laps. Heat race number 3 on track. James Tiernan has control. Here we go. Good start for Tiernan. He's going to try to bring Jeffrey Stewart with him. The elbows up SimSport teammates, and here comes Shea Paulo as well. 3 elbows up cars in this race. Somebody's going to have to give, and it's Jeffrey Stewart. Contact down the front stretch. Stewart upside down and off the track, no caution. Stewart made the race number 1 feature, but he is starting behind the 8 ball here in race number 2. Tiernan out front. Ross Corrienta actually running him down. Zane Scott right there. Shea Paulo. Your top 4 in transfer positions right now. A little bit of contact there between Scott and Corrienta. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I feel really confident about it, though. Corrienta able to get back by Scott, trading that position back and forth. Shea Paulo licking his chops, waiting on these boys to make a mistake to give him a shot. Moving up some positions. Ooh, there's Scott, got way out of shape. Now Paulo to the outside. Zane Scott, Team SETI driver, trying to hold off Shea Paulo. Everybody leaving room out there. Guy on the outside looking in is James Edens, but he is running them down. They know Edens, past DOB champion, is charging. These random draw heat races make it more complicated. He had to come from the rear of the field, but he's doing what he needs to do. He just needs to find one more position. The problem, whoa, Zane Scott way down the racetrack. He's crossed up. He's going to slide up in front of Shea Paulo, but he leaves room. Now Edens, white flag is out. He's going to try to put the slider on Scott. Scott, with room to the outside, slides through. Race win will go to James Tiernan. Corrienta second. Shea Paulo third, and here comes James Edens, who will take fourth. Slide job came in off at turn number 4. There was contact there. That was not dirty, I would say. Edens just protecting that position, not allowing Zane Scott to charge back on the outside there. So James Edens does transfer onto the feature. Heat race number 4 is rolling. Michael Sheridan and Tyler Grafton, row number 1. Todd LeBeau and Jordan Hack, row 2. Chris Roberts and Tim Berner, row 3. Tyler Shell and Blake Depenay, row 4. And Chance Sikowski and Colton Hardy, rounding out your field. Dustin Helms saying you're not in chat, which has got to mean that I was mispronouncing the Twisted Motorsports driver. What was it? I can't even remember. Corigny? So, obviously something there. But I think it sounds fancier when I say it. So we're going to go with that. Michael Sheridan on the pole gives him green in heat race number 4. Todd LeBeau trying to follow him through there. Grafton gets way sideways. Has to give away that second position. Tyler Shell to the inside of Roberts and now to the inside of these guys as well. Contact! Jordan Hack and LeBeau gets caught up. Somehow all of those drivers go through. Todd LeBeau got the worst of it from second to last. And what happened to Michael Sheridan? He was leading the race. I'm going to replay it because the caution flag come out. 2 cars into the infield tires down there as the carnage was happening. Sheridan gets crossed up. Tyler Shell had that car hooked up and charging. And as Sheridan was sliding, he made contact with the right rear. So Sheridan exits out. He is done for heat race number 4. Man, there was all kinds of problems on that. Let's go ahead and back this up once more. Tyler Grafton had a wild lap there. Jordan Hack as well. Those guys had all kinds of contact. Todd LeBeau has exited out now. Take a look here. Tyler Shell up 6 spots to the race lead. Chris Roberts, Tim Berner, and Colton Hardy, your top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 starters in this heat race all had problems there. Tyler Shell out of turn 4, gives him green. Chris Roberts in second. The battle is for the transfer spot. Colton Hardy is around Tim Berner. Berner still in the spot, but he's under fire. Chance Sikowski, who had an excellent race 1 before troubles bit him, now taking away that 4th and final transfer spot. Berner trying to battle back here, trying to make a lower line work. But Sikowski, quite quick at the moment. You can see he's got damage to the front of that car. He was in that mix on that caution. Tyler Shell working the bottom. Probably the earliest we've seen anybody make the bottom work. This time to the high side. Tyler Shell's going to take heat race number 4 off of turn number 4. Chris Roberts, Colton Hardy, and Chance Sikowski will be the 4 transfers on to tonight's A main. Final heat race of the evening loading up now. Waiting on the front row here. John Lepresto and Adam Buchanan not loaded in at the moment. Only 11 seconds left for them boys to get in. Zardul saying Shell is becoming one heck of a bottom feeder. That he is. We hear a lot of the drivers talk about the new build and how the cushion has been nerfed, per se. So when the track wears out, the bottom is really the place to be. And I must say, when you talk about some of the best drivers in the game, you know, Alex Bergeron is one that comes to mind, the current World of Outlaws iRacing champion. And when you see Bergeron doing work, he's on the bottom. You know, like Keegan said in his interview, this is a predominantly a top dominant game, or has been for many, many seasons. But now it seems like if you can get your car working on the bottom, you have an advantage at this point in time. John Lepresto and Adam Buchanan unable to make the call there, so Seth Miles and Kevin Click will start on the pole. Peyton Grease, J.B. Craighead, Kevin Fry, Donovan Ross, Randy Rockwell, and Billy Rowley, who finished second in race number 1, going to have to come from 8th here in this race. Top 4 will advance. Seth Miles bringing them down at a snail's pace. He's going to give them green off of turn number 4. Good start for Miles. Got a big jump on Kevin Click there. Oh no, problems. Contact there between Peyton Grease and that is Kevin Fry, I believe. I can't actually tell. So Randy Rockwell. It is Kevin Fry down there on the bottom who had that contact. Meanwhile, while those guys were on the bottom, Billy Rowley drove around them on the top. Up the 3rd is the Team SETI driver, who has set his sights on Seth Miles. Peyton Grease currently holding the 4th and final transfer spot. Rowley trying to get around Seth Miles to set sail on his teammate at Team SETI, Kevin Click, who currently leads this race. But now Peyton Grease starting to make waves here on the back bumper of that 79. Looks like the top side starting to get rough, but it's still the fast lane at the moment. Oh, Miles! Sideways, and he collects Rowley! That is how quickly it can go wrong. Caution not out on the racetrack. Rowley's going to try to get that car straight. It is completely demolished. Kevin Click leading this race. 2nd place belongs to Peyton Grease. J.B. Craighead now is 3rd, and Donovan Ross battling it out with Miles for 4th. Miles got crossed up on the cushion, and he did it again, and this time he collected Kevin Fry. Fry able to continue on, currently in 5th, but you can see without his front wing. Kevin Click coming off of this corner. Wow, there must have been a problem for Click. Peyton Grease has run him down. White flag is out. Peyton Grease looking to make a move down the backstretch. Sliding into turn 3, not going to happen. Kevin Click's going to win heat race number 5. Peyton Grease will finish 2nd. 3rd place will go to J.B. Craighead, and 4th to Donovan Ross. And when it goes wrong, all of a sudden you can find yourself in a bad position. C main is the place for Billy Rowley. He's going to start the outside of the front row after that contact. Waiting on a couple people to load in here. We will roll without Michael Sheridan and John Lepresto. So the C main on track. Blake Depinay, Billy Rowley, row number 1. William Duvall, the second. John Lowe, row 2. Michael Brummett and Tyler Grafton, row 3. Randy Rockwell, Kevin Swindell, row 4. Jonathan Smith, Nicholas Cheever, row 5. Todd LeBoux, Adam Buchanan, Ryan Pace, Jeff Floro, and Jeffrey Stewart, your field. Look out for Buchanan there, starting near the rear. You also have 4-time Chili Bowl champion Kevin Swindell there. Those are 2 guys we did not see in the heat races, but will be very quick charging from the rear. Billy Rowley already charging for the race lead. Slide job is in effect. He's going to leave room for Blake on the outside, but this time he's going to take control of that race lead. John Lowe following Billy through. Ooh, problems at the rear of the field. Floro into the fence and upside down. He gets off the racetrack before the caution flag waves. Oh, we've got another issue. Michael Brummett this time is upside down. He's off the track. So it's Billy Rowley, John Lowe, Blake Depinay, and William Duvall currently in 4th. Grafton and Swindell charging, trying to take that spot away from William. Here comes Swindell with the slide job in. He makes contact with the 132. Caution flag going to wave. This is what brought out our yellow. Swindell working the bottom here. Looked like the ball kind of come down the track, which caught Grafton out. Grafton's spin brought out the yellow, and we'll reset this field. There's your top 10. Should see the lights go out on the pace truck right here. So we will go back to green with a natural green-white checkered finish. Billy Rowley has control. Here we go. Kevin Swindell on the outside looking to take third away from Depanay. Jeff Stewart into the mix. Started this race from the rear, and now Jeff Stewart has found his way into a transfer spot. White flag is out. Rally out front, Lowe, Swindell, and now Jeff Stewart. Your top four. And that is how they will finish. Jeffrey Stewart from the rear of this field charges through and earns a transfer to tonight's B main. B-Main loading in, top four will advance from this 12-lap race. Rusty Kruger and Trey Long on the front row. Zane Scott, Tim Berner, Kevin Fry, and Ryan Scheidt make up row number 3 as Anthony Lepresto does not make the call. Alexander Balducci and Seth Miles, Jordan Hack, Matthew Williams, Devin Butts, and Billy Rowley, Bo Brunig and Kevin Swindell, John Lowe, and Jeffrey Stewart rounding out your field. It was a good run, Sardul. You gave her a shot, buddy. Got a little rough out there, too. Rusty Kruger going to give him green for 12 laps. Zane Scott following Kruger through. He's going to take second place away. Big issues is that Jordan Hack going the wrong direction. We're watching from the rear as well. We've got some fast cars coming forward. We're going to keep track of that. Right now we're watching Tim Berner. He's in the 4th and final transfer spot. Ryan Scheidt and Alexander Balducci trying to run him down. Oh, problems for Berner. Sideways off the cushion. He's going to go to last place there. Ryan Scheidt takes control of that 4th and final transfer spot. He's got Balducci behind him. Williams in there as well. Billy Rowley is charging his way. Well, things changed pretty quickly. He's got that thing rolling once more. There was some contact ahead of him. Trying to figure out who that was. Kevin Fry was involved there. All kinds of craziness. That's going to shoot a hole in Rowley's chances of making race number 2 after a second place finish in race 1. Zane Scott battling it out with our race leader, Rusty Kruger. Right now, 4th spot belongs to Trey Long. Long, of course, was the first guy out of race number 1. Now he's looking to be the last guy in as the caution flag waves. Problems for Jordan Hack here. Gets sideways off the cushion, flies down into turn 3, infield tire, and upside down. Tim Burner gets a little bit of the 39 car. And that is it for Jordan Hack. Here's your top 10. Rusty Kruger, Zane Scott, Ryan Scheidt, and Trey Long. Balducci and Williams, Swindell and Stewart. The outside looking in. Another green-white checkered finish here for the B main. Peyton Grease said that his computer decided to do an update after the heat race, so he will be out for the A main. Not very happy is Peyton Grease. Green flag is out. Rusty Kruger, Zane Scott. Ryan Scheidt trying to hold on to third spot there with Trey Long, who is under fire for his transfer position. Balducci into the picture. Trey Long holding on there in the middle of the racetrack. White flag in the air. Balducci stay into the top side. Long slips off of turn 2. Will that give Balducci a look? Slide job is in. Who comes off the corner? Balducci into the fence. Did he get to the line? I don't think he did. I think Trey Long is going to get the 4th and final transfer. I'm showing him 5th, though. I think Balducci did it. I think he got to the line and then hit the fence. Kruger. Let's see here. Trying to see if Balducci makes his way out onto the warm-up. 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products. Whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia, Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Just go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. That DOBRL code also works on wickedenergygum.com for a boost of energy and focus as well. Wicked Relief Gum, a product that I stand behind and use on a daily to weekly basis. If you have not tried CBD, is it a great entry? Tastes good too. I thought it was going to taste gross. I really did. It is good tasting gum. Alexander Balducci has made his way into the feature. 10 seconds left in the warm-up. Colton Hardy was P1 before Tyler Schell stole it away from him. James Edens currently with the 3rd fastest warm-up lap as we go checkered and get ready for tonight's feature. Garrett Felton saying he drove to the local library and logged on. Racing is life. Must be having some internet problems. Rapala saying iRacing effed up by not hiring me for the USAC broadcast. They got their own boys. They got the Race Spot boys who do a fantastic job. I've got a little bit of a different style. I will say this, a broadcast like that deserves more than a one-man band. And I don't have a whole lot of experience in a two-man show. Honestly, I don't know. I think I bring some excitement to the table, which makes me a lead guy. But honestly, I think if you could get somebody with some excitement, I might even be a little bit better in the color commentary role, which I've done both. But yeah, definitely good guys there at Race Spot for sure. I don't know, Rapala. I might be out of this game entirely. It looks like my computer does not have the power to run this. I thought we were having internet issues last season. The internet is fixed. I've got great internet, and we're still having issues. So there might be some changes coming up here soon, sadly. I got to talk to the big boys, but we're going to make sure that you guys can see the DOB in all of its glory. So some talks having to come. Now tomorrow night we've got Wingless Wednesday, the midgets and the 360 sprints, which will be coming to you from Billy Rowley's channel, the Tunacan 79. And that will change. You will be seeing a different place there. Kevin Hanley, Kendall Tucker, James Tiernan, Tyler Shell, Kevin Click, David Heileman, Justin Thomas, and Ross Corrienta, Chris Roberts, and Mike Keegan, your top 10 as we get ready to go green for 35 laps. Here we go. Oh, contact there with Kevin Click and Tyler Shell. Caution flag waves. Click got the worst of it for sure. He slides to the bottom there in too hot as Tyler Shell holds the bottom. Contact there with multiple cars. I don't know why my cameras are being so crappy tonight. It's like they will not accept my punch. That's the 75 of Workman. Balducci, who worked so hard to get in the race, now looks to be out. Who else? That might be everybody as far as the cars who were out of the race. There were a couple of black cars there towards the rear of the field. Zane Scott had a piece of that. 19th place. David Heileman as well. So Heileman, who started up there with Kevin Click, he got into that problems. So let's reset here. Here's your top 10. White flag lap moves to lap 38. Mike Keegan up 6 spots. Colton Hardy up 5. Yeah, that's the challenge, Leahy. Hanley, going to give him green. He's got Kendall Tucker all the way up the inside there. Tucker relinquishes that spot. James Tiernan has a little bit of a blink going on. He goes to the high side. Kendall Tucker up there as well. Tyler Shell to the inside. Contact with his teammate. Oh, no. Tyler Shell upside down. That car does eventually start to roll. No idea on how much damage he's got. Let's back it up. So Tiernan dives to the inside, makes contact with his teammate Tyler Shell, who gets collected by multiple cars into the fence. before finally getting that thing straightened out. There's the in-car look. Definitely netcode involved. No doubt about it. Tiernan was not nearly as close as what it looked. So, Tyler Schell off track now. Out of this race. One of the fastest cars in race number 1. Rapala saying Tiernan blinked out. Yeah, and that might have played a part on it too, especially since we're calling it netcode. He was having a blinking issue. That could be an internet issue all around. Rapala was rooting for either Tiernan or Schell, and both of his drivers end up making contact there. Lap 41 becomes our white flag lap. Kevin Hanley still the race leader. Kendall Tucker in second. Tucker, of course, won race number 1 here tonight. We're going green. Hanley brings him down slow. Didn't really pay off for him as Tucker was able to stay real close. Tiernan goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Thomas trying to squeeze down there as well. They were 3 wide with Tucker there momentarily. Mike Keegan on his way forward in this race. Top side looking pretty quick at the moment. But none of the top 3 willing to go up there. Mike Keegan says, all right, boys, you stay down there at the bottom of that track, and I'll take it all the way to the top. Keegan now around Thomas for 3rd. Thomas fighting back. Tucker got into 3 a little rough. Keegan is the driver making a charge right now, but Tucker is in his lane. Little problems at the rear of the field. Zane Scott had some contact with a couple of cars back there. Now Kendall Tucker to the outside of Hanley for the race lead. He's going to take it off of turn 4. Kendall Tucker powers around Kevin Hanley, takes control of the top spot. Caution flag going to fly. Trying to figure out what happened here. Ryan Scheidt missing his front wing. The problem is for Shea Palo. Down into turn 1, Chris Roberts going a little slower than Shea expected. Made contact, collected Zane Scott. Zane's going to leave the racing surface. Palo continues on. David Heileman back up to 12th spot after his early issues. KKR driver trying to charge his way forward. Lap 44 becomes our white flag lap. Top 10 looks like this. Mike Keegan is the man on the move. 7th place, James Edens as well, up 11 spots. Back green here, working lap 19. Oh, problems for Tiernan. He's going to collect Edens. Those boys get it straightened out. Where did Edens come out? I can't find him. All the way back to 17th. He'd passed 11 cars. Now he's got to do it again. Not sure if that was another deal with Tiernan's blinking. Not something we normally see from that car, so strange evening altogether. He's currently running 9th. You can see Daniel Ziegers there. In front of him, the rookie. Oh, one car upside down. Caution flag gonna wave. Let's back this up. JB Craighead makes contact with Donovan Ross, but he was not the car that started this. Trying to find out where that car was. I guess it was Ross. I saw one car catch an infield tire, which was Ross. He went upside down and then made contact with Craighead. Speed Trap Racing pulling for Daniel Ziegers. Ziegers is a rookie, very little sprint car experience on the simulation. This is a road course driver who is doing really well with some of the toughest sprint car competition in the game. DOB conditions are not anything that you get basically anywhere else, especially not in officials. The track slicks off, and it separates the men from the boys. Daniel Ziegers hanging with the men at the moment. Kendall Tucker going to give him green. Mike Keegan trying to charge forward once more. Kevin Hanley going to cut him off just for a moment. These guys, rows of two, fighting it out for those top 5 spots. Caution flag gonna wave. See if we can find out what happened here. Problems for Tiernan once more. Contact with Ziegers there. Tiernan ran up over the rear. Looked like Ziegers had an issue there off of the wall, which slowed him up. And Tiernan ran over the rear of that car. Not a good second race night here for James Tiernan. White flag lap moves to lap 50. We are past halfway, but not by much. Mike Keegan up 10 spots. Sikowski up 13. Kruger up 14. Ryan Scheidt up 11. Light's going to go out on the pace truck this time. Tucker giving a screen. Mike Keegan once more to the high side of the racetrack. Kevin Hanley still battling on the bottom. Justin Thomas, Colton Hardy, all right there. Once more, Kendall Tucker out front, starting to pull away from the field. He took race 1 victory, and he's out there showing why. Let's look here, though. That 149 working the bottom side of the racetrack. That's David Heilemann. Had an early incident, and he is charging his way back to the front. James Eden's trying to work his way back forward as well. Both of those guys had contact at various points in this race. Rusty Kruger going to put the slide job there on Heilemann. Kruger going to try to battle back. This time, Heilemann going to protect. That's going to allow Ziegers to go around the outside of Rusty Kruger's. Now Edens to the inside of Heilemann. Heilemann sliding up the racetrack, making contact with that cushion. A little bit of a blink there from Ziegers, I think, as he was doing battle with James Edens. We're going to have an issue there. But things continue. David Heilemann on the high side of the racetrack, currently running in 7th. We were watching that battle with Edens. Those boys are starting to lose pace or connection with the battle in front of them, which is Hanley and Sikowski. In front of them, Keegan trying to hold off Colton Hardy. But it is Justin Thomas who has cleared those drivers to take control of 2nd spot. Thomas is trying to run down Kendall Tucker, but has so far been unsuccessful. Thomas in 2nd. Now has Keegan looking to the outside. This track continues to change. Let's ride along with Keegan. Listen to what he's doing. Compare that to our race leader. Ultra smooth is Kendall Tucker. Make no mistake, that is not a coincidence. The smoothest guy on the racetrack at the moment, leading. Kendall Tucker looking at 2 laps before he sweeps the evening at the dirt track at Charlotte. Justin Thomas in second. Currently can do nothing but watch as that 00 car drives off in the distance. White flag is out here for Kendall Tucker. 4 more corners and he will take win number 2 of the early season and put himself at the top of the championship standings, and he'll do it. Kendall Tucker taking victory in the Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators 360 Sprint Car Series. Justin Thomas will finish second. Mike Keegan coming home in third. James Eden's going to come up and congratulate his teammate here on a double victory. Eden's, of course, season champion last year. Last season, I should say. There you have your top 3. Oh. A little bit of confusion there between second and third. Looks like we're showing Keegan in second there. We're going to get these guys into Discord so that we can get some interviews. Bring our race winner in here. Once again, taking victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Kendall Tucker in race number 2. Going to sweep the evening. Swindell Speed Lab driver Kendall. This one you had to do a little more work than the first time, but still the results are the same. You get out front and you never look back and take victory here, sweeping the night. The first night of the 360 season here in DOB competition. It's got to feel good to distance yourself from the field so early.
Yeah, that was it's a pretty good race too right there. Just that random heat race deal, it kind of just threw me off. I guess I'm gonna have to start really paying attention to Chris and his post. But no, that was fun. It was pretty cool to see something different and to shake it up a little bit. But luckily we had a little luck on our side with that draw. Got a 4 right there and was able to just to get up on the wheel again and just kind of make something happen when a hole was there, and just winning the heat races and these deals is pretty key if you really want to win these races. So to start up front in both of them, and I knew I was gonna have to be a little bit more patient this race. I figured the top was a little hard to run, but I figured once the crumbs and stuff kind of got all the way back up there, it would come in again. It did. I was kind of worried. I wasn't really able to make anything work in the slick. I'm just not really comfortable with that here yet, so just more comfortable just pounding the fence at this place. But that's not usually common for me in these open wheel cars. But just keep putting the work in right here, and it's pretty cool to be fast.
You know, we rode along with you there while you were running that fence, and we made note of the fact that you seemed to be one of the smoothest drivers on the throttle and the wheel, and was that your secret? Of course, Charlotte gets very rough on the top side of the track, so the driver has to make up the difference to keep that car from getting out of shape, and it seemed like that's what you were doing to perfection.
Yeah, just I was having to kind of find that sweet spot around the track, just to figure out how much throttle input I needed just to keep my momentum up around the top. I figured that's where I would be faster at if I just could keep hitting my laps and just keep watching that interval and just trying to keep it as close as I could together every lap, and just keep it off the fence really, and just try and keep the car straight. But thanks to Eden's again, I kind of went with the same package as the first race, just kind of tightened it up a little bit more. So it was a really good car to drive, and just can't thank him enough.
Well, Kendall Tucker, 2-time winner here on night number 1. Congratulations, sweeping the evening and showing why Swindell Speed Labs is at the top of the table right now. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to come in here and get 2 of these in the same night. It's just, I mean, both servers were full, so just to beat all the guys that was in here, there was a couple more heavy hitters in the second race right there. So, you know, I wasn't really I wasn't really worried about it. I really felt like I had a really fast piece underneath me, and the only person that could really beat me was myself tonight. So, just like I said, just can't thank all the guys at Speed Live enough. It's really cool deal over here. Just getting here, have some fun, and you know, these wins are always fun, and it's pretty cool to get them. But just even if you don't win, it's always fun to come out here and just like I always said, thanks to you and Chris for putting these deals on, and Jeff Brown with Ice and Flag, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
There you have it. Double winner tonight, Kendall Tucker. Let's talk to second place, who I believe was Mike Keegan. I didn't get to see that battle there coming across the line. We were watching the race leader, but clearly a lot of fun being had out there. Keegan able to get his second podium finish of the evening. We didn't see much of you last season, but hey, we're seeing a hell of a lot of you to the start of season 4.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I think if I could have, I was getting pretty excited on the restarts where I was starting second, and would only be able to put about 2 good laps together, and then I'd put about 4 bad ones together, and I wasn't smooth or consistent. If I could have been pretty consistent, I don't know if I could have beat Tucker, but I could at least gave him a shot and tried. But that was fun. Banging the boards. Me and Justin were going at it for a while towards the end. So, yeah, that was fun.
Seemed like the top was more dominant there in race number 2. I didn't actually check the temperature, which was still pretty similar to what we saw in race 1. Was it quite a bit different racetrack there that you were able to utilize there? Kind of went your way.
I think you could just carry the most speed up there as long as you were smooth. The bottom was working good for Justin towards the end of the race, but I was just able to keep it pretty smooth up there and have what you call a cushion, kind of like what would I call it, like jumps. That's what it was pretty much. If you could just hold on and be smooth up there, you could do pretty good, and that's what I did.
Well, Mike Keegan working his way through the whoops. He's not known as a motocross guy, but that's what you got to do here at Charlotte when you're running the high side late in this deal. Congratulations on 2 podium finishes, Mike, and good luck going forward.
Thank you. I just want to thank Team SETI, all my teammates, all the sponsors on the car, and you for broadcasting, and Chris.
There you have it, Mike Keegan, second place in race number 2 after a third place in race number 1. Let's talk to Justin Thomas, who came home third here. Justin, you had a really fast car in race number 1 and had some issues there, but you were able to bring it home here in race number 2. Talk about your evening and how you were able to pull that off in that battle late.
Yeah, I got flat out wrecked in the first race, but that happens. Just rolling my middle, doing what I do. I love the slick racetracks. I love to manipulate the corners and get a good run down in the moisture and kind of keep up with the guys that are banging the boards up there. The guy kind of upset with myself for giving up second there. I got a little excited with the throttle pedal because I saw I was gaining on Kendall a little bit, and I let Mike throw me back in. So that was my fault. The car was definitely there. Drivers just gotta not have a brick foot every now and again.
So we always talk about the new builds and how these things are going. We continue to see the cushion kind of nerfed here in iRacing. Is that kind of playing into your hands? You say you like those slick tracks, and it seems like the middle and the bottom is starting to become more dominant when we get to these slick conditions. How do you feel about the current state, and how is it playing into your skill set specifically?
My skill set is kind of just trying to run the same lap time every lap. It's not necessarily generally where on the track, it's just where I'm most comfortable. The recent states of the track and stuff like that, I mean, I think it really hurt the sprint car racing I think honestly you need a little bit of a cushion, or because these cars have so much drive in them, that the guys on the middle bottom are gonna just take over and you're not necessarily going to see, great racing. So I think they're definitely. I'm happy that they're trying things and they're trying to figure out a happy medium. But I think once I think they'll eventually hit on it. We were close there last season, so I think they'll hit on it though for sure.
Well, it definitely worked for you here tonight, Justin Thomas. A third place finish here to start the season in race number 2. Congratulations, my friend, and good luck going forward.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks to all my guys at Mode. Of course, you guys for broadcasting and Chris for putting the league on. It's always fun to race. So thanks, guys.
There you have it. That's your top 3 from race number 2, and that is going to be it from us here tonight. A little bit different now. We're not doing Wednesday nights here on Elbows Up TV. It's going to be coming your way from Billy Rowley's channel, the Tuna Can 79. So tomorrow night you will see Wingless Wednesday from a different place and a different face. So we hope you will join us tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we will be back here on Thursday night for the 410 series as well. So good start to the season. We got her kicked off. Once more, dirty old bastard sprint car action coming at you. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.